Alright, we got a cool little experiment going on, and we're testing out growing microgreens in sand. Now I want to try sand because we can reuse it rather quickly. Unlike soil, which you can compost, but that'll take months for you to reuse it. Now if you're one of the hundreds of people who have bought the adapters for our self-watering microgreens, I'm also testing sand with that. So I've got videos coming on that. It's going to be really helpful, but this is where I started. Another cool thing about the sand is I haven't had any problem with fungal gnats. So what we're going to do is plant these out, show you how easy that is. It's basically self-watering. And after we cover them up, let them go about 3 or 4 days. After they germinate, remove the cover, set them out in the sun or under some grow lights. Now we're growing pea shoots and bean sprouts with no soil and no nutrients either. Just grew them in a tray like this. That was awesome. You can see we didn't have any algae, and it's really easy to clean up. Now for smaller seeds, trying something like the sand. And after you get them sprouted like this, if it's dried out on one side, but you feel the sand is still damp, you don't really have to refill it. When you feel the sand start to dry out, then just add a little. You don't want to waterlog it. 7 to 10 days, got you some awesome microgreens. Now let's harvest these. Now I just got this little takeout tray. I'm going to put a little paper towel in it. And usually I would just cut these microgreens and put them right in the tray and put them in the refrigerator. They'll last a couple weeks in there. But some people were asking about the sand, kind of like you get on collards. They don't like biting into it. So here's what you can do. Just like you do with a sink full of collard greens, you can cut your microgreens into a bowl of water. This way you can swish it around. All of the sand's going to go to the bottom. And you just scoop the microgreens off. Here's some on this side still have the roots on it. We can put this in a bigger container if we want. And I'm just going to save him. Whoop. Alright, let's get these out of here. And you can use a deeper bowl if you want, like the other one you see sitting in the back. And I'm just going to scoop them out with my hands. It'll probably work a little easier if you get a colander, a little strainer, and you can get them all out. I'm just going to get most of them here. This is just for demonstration purposes. But that's what you can do to get sand off. Microgreens don't have a lot of crevices in them like collards and kale. So it comes off really easy. Now you're going to want to use this in a couple of days. Alright, now let's clean out the sand so that we can reuse it. All I do is pull it out of the container. It's really easy. And to me, this looks pretty cool. Check out those roots. Kind of nice and white they are. No mold, no algae, no funky stuff. Ain't that neat? Now to clean it up, I'm just going to do it in this bowl here. Rinse out the tray. You can take this inside and wash it if you like. A little soap and water. But you can see how clean it is. No problem, right? Alright, I just squish this all up. I usually harvest about 12 of these at a time, so I use a 5-gallon bucket. And I'll show you that in a little while. I just wanted to show you this here. Notice there's no mold, mildew, no funky stuff going on here. Just nice and clean. Now this we can throw in our compost. Now you just want to swish everything around really good. And all the light stuff's going to float to the top, and all the sand's going to sink to the bottom. You can't do that with soil. And I just dump off the top right into the garden. It's not going to hurt anything. And whatever little bits seed holes are left, just kind of scoop them out. Now you can do this 2 or 3 times and get everything out, but you can see it wasn't all that hard. And I put all of mine in a big bucket and about a cap full of bleach and let it sit for a day. And then I just tilt it sideways like this, just like we did the bowl. Just about everything comes out. So you can see after a couple of rinses, it's really clean. Then I just let it sit in the sun for a couple of days, ready to go again. So obviously we're not going to get all of the sand back. So sooner or later we will have to buy some more. But this is pretty good just reusing this much over and over and over again. So I just set everything back up and repeat the process. This is the same sand I used on the first round. Now on another round. This is tot soy, by the way. So I hope that helps. Like I said, we're trying this with the self-watering adapters. We're going to do some videos and set it up for you guys from start to finish so you understand how to do it. The clay pebbles still work. I still use those, but the sand is so easy to clean. Now the only drawback I can see so far is it's kind of heavy. So you don't want real big containers. We'll get into that. Right now, you guys live to inspire, keep on growing, be the change. We'll catch you next time.